unmuted. आणखी चालू करा इंस्टा ते पण होणार. Okay, good evening everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let's start. I think there is Ananya. Hi Ananya. Acha, can I have your videos on, please, if you don't mind? Okay, hi Ananya. Ajay, I can see many parents over here, so I hope you know. Initially, it's very clear that I will have a talk with the kids if they are around you, so that they have an idea about what exactly they are going to learn if they take up commerce, right? So that's the reason. The first thing is, okay, let's have a talk with the children. Okay, over a period of time, let's for if you are an MRB student here, you have to learn it for 2.5 years. So what are the subjects? What are the topics covered? And most important, why? Right? Because there is always a reason, okay, why you study a certain set of things. And actually, I just like to tell the kids that you need to thank your parents that they have actually, basically given you an admission to an IGCSE course, which is much more superior compared to the other boards, that is the SSE board or the ICSE board or the CBSE board. Why I'm saying superior is just not because you people are there in IGCSE board. The content and the quality. Because when you go for, let's say, grade 11 or grade 12, whenever you go there, you'll find that actually what we have learned over a period of 2.5 years, that helps you a lot. Believe me, the impact is created when you go for grade 11 and grade 12. And that impact still remains when you go for competitive exams during grade 12, because when you want to go for a degree college undergrad courses, that competitiveness still remains within you. And I would say you definitely have some bit of edge, at least mentally you have an edge over the other grades. You might be finding it out. You might know, okay, there might be certain let's say some friends of yours, some friends of yours who might be in a CBSE course or an ICSE course, and they might have scored like 94, 95, 96, 97. It's very easy for them. Yeah, it's very easy for them to score 95, 96. Agree. But the quality of education what you people have, even if you are scoring, let's say, 87%, 86%, doesn't matter. It's much, your 85, 86, 87 is much better there. There's 95, 96, 97. Believe me, because I've been in this field for around that, it will be around 3 decades now. So I know the difference between the IGCSE education and the other books. I'm not saying they're bad, but of course, they are, IGCSE is comparatively much better or has a slightly upper hand in that terms. Okay, so sorry, let's have a look what exactly we are going to study over a period of 2.5 years. Acha, Grant, tell me one thing.
Yes.
Tell me one thing. Uh, Is there any chance you might take science? Is there any chance? No?
Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. Any specific reason why not science?
Because I don't like it.
You don't like it, matlab you don't like which subjects basically?
Bio and
Bio and chem you don't like, but you like physics, right?
yeah.
Oh, nice. Acha, one thing. Have you gone through any of the subjects of commerce like accounts or economics or something of that sort?
Oh yeah, we have integrated commerce in our school.
Yeah.
Like it combined business studies, eco
Account.
and yeah, accounts.
And is it possible that you have started liking these subjects?
Yeah, I love business.
Business studies. Yeah. And what about accounts and economics?
Yeah, they're also good.
Yeah. I'll just tell you one thing. Business studies is compulsory whether you take commerce or whether you take science. I hope you know that, right?
Yeah,
So you will still get business studies. So now you have a choice that instead of physics, you take accounts, instead of chemistry, you take economics, right? And against bio, of course, there is ICT and I think GP. There are these choices which you have to make over a period of time, but that's fine. So in short, you like account. Matlab you have started liking accounts and economics, right? Yeah. Okay. Charvi, what is your take? Why not science?
um,
Or you are still considering, okay, I might go for science.
no, I am 100% on commerce.
You are 100% on commerce. That's good. Okay. And why? Why so?
Well, I think most people in my family have gone in the direction of commerce. My grandfather, my mother. So
Mhm.
I think that it's in my blood. So I think I would like to pursue that.
Okay, fine. Agreed. It's in your blood, but it's finally an education. So possibly you might go to a science way, but now since you have said ke you have made up your mind, well, I definitely agree to that. Well, you have made up your mind, but have you given a thought ke what exactly happens or what you have to do exactly when you are in grade 9 or 10 in science? Have you gone through that part? Have you talked to some people who can give you an idea, okay, what you have to study during this 2.5 years and all that stuff in science? Is there any possibility?
Well, I haven't really talked to a lot of people, but I have done my own research.
Okay.
I've gone on various websites and I've searched what is the curriculum for 9th and 10th for science, every chem, bio, and physics.
Okay.
And I think science is not really my strong suit, but that's not the reason I'm choosing commerce.
Uh-huh.
I'm choosing it because I like it and it has no relation to whether or not what I feel about science.
Okay, fine. So you are dead sure that accounts, economics will be your partners for another 2.5 years.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, how do you like accounts? Malab, do you like accounts better or you like economics much more better?
Actually, I've just started the subject, so I've not really made a decision yet.
Yeah.
I think they're both on equal ground right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you like numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Numbers, matlab, I'm not talking maths. I'm talking accounts.
No, I know. Accounts.
Yeah. Do you like
Finance.
numbers? Right? It's okay, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sparsh.
Sir?
Yeah. So Sparsh, is it any possibility you might take science?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, because I want to become an entrepreneur.
So, 8 minutes. Doctors are also entrepreneurs, my dear friend. They have a degree. They are also entrepreneurs.
But sir, I want to do a business.
Fine. You can do engineering business. Why not? They are also entrepreneurs. They are also doing business. You can do some manufacturing activity, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's possible. Okay, but okay, chalo, fine. Now you said you want to become an entrepreneur. See, entrepreneur basically means you want to start something of your own, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So why commerce?
Sir, because I like commerce a lot. Business studies and economics.
Business studies and economics you like a lot.
Yes.
Okay. And in economics, specifically in economics, what do you think you like the most?
GDP section I love.
Oh, GDP. You directly gone to some a different level of economics, like GDP. Nice, good. That was good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ananya. Hello, Ananya.
Yeah, very Anushka.
Yeah. So can I have a talk with your child, please?
No, I am like I'm using my sister's account.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. Ananya decided on commerce, or there is a chance you might go for science also.
I've not decided yet because I'm
Not decided. Okay. So there is a possibility that you are trying to give weightage, okay, whether you want to go for science or whether you want to go for commerce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you gone through, have you talked to any no students who have taken up science, or any students who have taken up commerce? Is there any possibility?
I
Did you talk to any of your seniors about what you learn in science, what you learn in commerce? Did you have a talk with any of them?
no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, you need to start, right? Yeah, because again, I fully agree that today's orientation is for giving you idea or insights about commerce, but I think when you are weighing, so you need to have an idea for science also, right? And don't ask a simple question like how tough it is. That's a wrong question to ask. Okay, to be very frank, everything is tough because we are learning it anew. But important is what are the topics, what are the content, right? And which content you will like the most. Is that okay? Which can be not only learned, but which can be understood in a different manner. That's very important. So therefore, it's important that you don't ask these questions that is it easy, is it tough, and all that stuff. It's better that okay, what will I learn, right? For 2.5 years, what am I going to learn? And then you take a call. Okay, what will you like the most? Whether learning economics will be good or whether learning chemistry will be good. You have to take a call, right? Okay, sure. So now let's have a look. Okay, we have some grade 9 students also. So let's have a talk with them for a minute so that you people have an idea what they have learned till now, and of course, the idea about how good the subjects are or how boring the subjects are. Yeah. Okay, Rayansh.
Hello, sir.
Rayansh, one simple question. What time did you get up?
Sir, can you repeat your question?
What time did you get up today? 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
No, sir. Very early today.
Why?
I got up at 9:10.
Oi,
9.
Rayansh, no cheating. Rayansh, no cheating.
Arey, sir, no kidding.
Acha, you got up so early today. Why? Match? Match?
Somewhere.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, Rayansh, since you have already like started studying commerce and specifically accounts and economics, so what do you think? Have you made a right decision or no?
Yes.
You have made a right decision. Okay, fine. Can you please explain these people? Okay, what exactly have you learned till now, and your experience about it? Just a small,
Okay, so
in like few
basically,
minutes.
in economics, we have learned about like the market and like what is there in the market, how the prices rise and fall in the time. And in accounts, we have basically learned about how to calculate your expenses and profits in your business. And it's these both like are my favorite subjects to study.
Okay, Rans, thank you. Priti,
Yes, sir.
all good?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, Priti, can you please tell us how's your experience been till now and what exactly have you studied?
Well, for economics, I have learned about the demand and supply, about the market failure, the planned economy, market economy, mixed economy. It is really fun to learn all of it in eco, like as you have diagrams too to make it simplified. Then for accounts, there is how you manage your finance about for your business and how you are a different identity and your business is a different identity.
Okay, nice. So I think you people have an idea about what exactly is what exactly you're going to learn over a period of time. So let's have a look. Okay, I'll just explain you in detail. Okay, what exactly you're going to learn over a period of. If you're an MRV student, then 2.5 years, and if you're not an MRV student, then normally the other schools start from grade 9. Well, if you have only 2 years. One thing is very clear: if you're MRV student, you have more time, and the best part is. Uh, best part about MRV is that, as I said, it's 2.5 years. So grade 8 after Diwali, they are a bit slow. So it becomes a very good ground to create your base. And when I say base, matlab, it becomes it's, I would say, it's a more healthy to understand the things in a slow pace. But then they rush in grade 9. But at least you have that idea, okay, what is going to come up in grade 9. So let's understand what you are going to study in accounts. Now this is purely accounts. I'll be talking only of accounts, okay, what exactly are going to learn over a period of 2.5 years, right? Now the first thing is, okay, Vedant just joined in, so okay, he left. Okay, just Sparsh,
Sir,
uh, is it possible for you to tell me, okay, in grade 5 you had geography, right? Grade 5.
no, sir, I left the school and came back. So in the previous school, we didn't have geography.
Oh, acha, acha, acha. So in grade 6, did you have geography?
No, no.
Okay. So when was the last time you had geography?
In fourth, sir.
In fourth. Okay. Do you remember the fifth chapter of geography when you were in grade 4?
No, sir.
Why? Any specific reason?
No.
Just because it is 4 years old? That it is four. Now the time has passed on, like 4 years have gone by. Is it that?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Sparsh, if you don't mind, can you tell me your date of birth?
2024 August.
2000?
10.
2010. Well, Sparsh, you are around 13 years old and you remember your date of birth. But you don't remember like 4 साल पहले क्या हुआ था. स्पर्श ऐसा क्यों? 13 years से डेट ऑफ बर्थ हमें बराबर याद है. ऐसा क्यों? Okay, एक मिनट. This is nothing new about it, Bachas. There is a possibility that those who have been in let's say Rishikul, and if I ask you something about grade 6, you might not remember. That's normal human mentality. It's absolutely okay if you don't remember. Sparsh, don't worry for that. It's absolutely okay. You know why? Because our brain has limited capacity. And there are things, in a capacity ke hisab se, the things are absorbed and the things are left out. It is said that a normal human mind, of course, a matured mind, for them, there are 60,000 thoughts which come in and go out on a daily basis. And it's very difficult to keep all the 60,000 thoughts in your head because the brain capacity is very, 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 very small. The active brain memory is very small. So, what's the option? Option is you note it down. So, if I give Sparsh that notebook, which he maintained in grade 4, I think not only the fourth chapter, he can remember multiple things. And there might be specific days, which also can be remembered because of that particular notebook. Because we write many things in the notebook, not only the notes, but we write multiple other things. And your memory can just go and, look into your past and try to figure out, अरे हाँ ये दिन ये भी किया था, ऐसा भी किया था, and memories will strike back. The only reason is we had written it down. Today also you might be finding it out that many teachers, will be very strict about how to maintain a notebook. Yes, there is a reason behind it. One reason is uniformity, and second reason, the most important reason is, okay, if you write it down, there are all possible chances that recollecting it becomes much more easier. And that's the reason, my dear friends. That's the reason, my dear friends. Accounts is nothing but writing books of accounts. We won't be able to remember okay, 2 years back or 2 years in the past, there is a customer उसको हमने कितने का goods बेचा था, नहीं याद रहेगा. It will be very difficult because we might be selling to 100 of our customers. It is difficult to remember. But if you had written it down, it will be easy to find out. That is why we say that books of accounts need to be maintained in a systematic manner. That's very important, bachas. And that is what we are going to learn, how to write books of accounts. Please remember one thing, bachas. The school or nobody intends you to make accountants. नहीं, ये मत सोचो कि बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स लिखोगे तो तुम अकाउंटेंट बनोगे. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ अ नॉर्मल पीपल हु राइट बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स. नहीं, वी आर नॉट हियर टू टेल यू दैट यू विल बी फ्यूचर अकाउंटेंट्स. तुम्हारा डिग्री इतना छोटा नहीं करना है. What you are going to see or what you are going to learn here is how to write books of accounts, so that when you hire someone to write the books of accounts, you can have a check on that person whether they have written it correctly or not. Yeah, we are going to, if you have taken IGCSE, believe me, IGCSE is here to train something at a higher level, not at such a lower level. But that's a base you need to learn. So the first thing is, accounts teaches us a very important thing. That is, I think Vritti mentioned it, and I'm just repeating the same thing. That accounts teaches us one most important thing, that you are a different identity and your business is a different identity. You can always say, I am the owner of the business. Oh, fine. But books of accounts, if you want to write books of accounts, there has to be something what is called as a division. You as an individual is a different identity. Your business is a different identity. And we are going to write the books of accounts from the point of view of business. So the first thing what you are going to record here is how to write books. Well, first thing what you are going to learn is how to record transactions. You know, business mein, there are many transactions happening. You may be buying goods, you will be selling goods, you will be receiving money, you will be paying money for various purposes. How to record it in a systematic manner. That's very important. And in accounts, you will find some good, the most important words, debit and credit. Yeah, debit and credit. Entire accounts is based on only two things, and that is debit and credit. हिंदी में हम जिसको बोलते हैं ना जमा उधार, उसका मतलब we'll learn when we actually go through it. So if somebody asks you what is the definition of debit and what is the definition of credit, believe me, there is no definition of debit, there is no definition of credit. It's only pure thing that the entire accounts is based on debit and credit. And we will learn how to use the debit and credit not only in a correct manner, but most important is in a systematic manner. Please remember, accounts is a universal language. We might write in English. The Japanese people might be writing the book in Japanese language. The German people might be writing it in a German language. But when you convert, when you translate, please remember, what you have written and what they have written will be absolutely same. So if I give you a transaction, right, doesn't matter. You might write in English, they might write in Germany. If I convert, both the answer will be same. So it is more of science. Yeah, it's a science, because science may, there is we all know, you have learned chemistry. When you mix two chemicals, the output is this. We know prior for that. Same happens in business. If you learn the rules of debit and credit, you will write the books. Automatically, you will write the books in a uniform manner. But important is systematic manner. So there are other things which you have to learn to actually write your books of accounts in a systematic manner. So first, let's say you'll study something what is called as a journal entries. And then there are other books who support the journal entries. For example, there is something called as ledger, which is one of the most important part of accounts, understanding the ledger. Then there is cash book, right? And then there are other books also. So initially you will learn how to write all these books. That's the first part of accounts. So writing books of accounts. Okay, before I move forward, I'll just tell you one thing. There is a myth in many people's minds that to learn accounts, we should know maths. I tell you very frankly, it's true that you should know maths to a certain extent only. What you know in maths, what you should know in maths is only four things: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If you can do these four things, you can easily take up accounts. No additional knowledge of maths is required, my dear friends. No additional knowledge. You just should know how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's all. And I think that you can easily do, yeah. And in fact, in today's world, we did not have that, I think, benefit, but you definitely have the benefit of using a calculators. And I think your calculators can easily do this addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. They can easily do it. So first, we'll write books of accounts, that initial books of accounts. Doesn't stop there. From these books of accounts, we have to prepare the most important thing, and that is financial statements. Now, what exactly is financial statements? Financial statements consist of, basically, it consists of three things: manufacturing account, income statement, and statement of financial position. I repeat: manufacturing account, income statement. Acha, in India, we don't use the word income statement, but we use the word profit and loss account. It's the same, right? Or we also call it as statement of profit or loss. It's the same thing. So income statement or statement of profit and loss account, it's the same thing. And SOFP, short form of statement of financial position. In India, we call it as balance sheet. So Indian language balance sheet, what you are going to study as per the syllabus is SOFP, statement of financial position. Okay. Why? Why are we preparing manufacturing account, income statement, and SOFP? To find out. See, once you prepare your manufacturing account, you will find out, okay, what is your manufacturing cost. So when I was talking to Sparsh, I told him, okay, he said, I want to become an entrepreneur. So let's say there is an engineer who actually manufactures some parts. Most important, he should know his cost, right? Otherwise, how will the person set a selling price? Until and unless you know, okay, what is your cost. You cannot just go in the market and say, okay, market mein one particular product is being sold at X amount, I will also sell at X amount. No ways. That's not the way businesses are done. So it's important that you should find out your cost. So while preparing your manufacturing account, you find out, okay, what is your cost. Then we prepare income statement, where we record sales, manufacturing cost, and everything. And there we get something what is called as gross profit. Gross profit means revenue, that is your sales, minus your cost. But please remember, in this cost, you have only direct expenses. Yeah, there is a differentiation between direct expenses and indirect expenses. That you will study over a period of time. Okay, what are direct expenses? What are indirect expenses? So till your income statement, the first part of your income statement will help you to calculate your gross profit. That is where your direct expenses are covered. But every businesses have indirect expenses. And once you record indirect expenses, your profit definitely comes down. And at the end, you get something what is called as net profit. Net profit is the profit which you can say belongs to the owner. It belongs to me. Let's say it's my business, it belongs to me. And mind you, my dear friends, with this net profit, the world will judge you. Whether you are doing good business or you are doing a business in a good manner or in a bad manner. Let's ask a simple question to you people. Okay, I think everybody can answer. Rayansh and Priti, please don't answer. Let me ask to the grade 8 people mostly. Okay, let's say I have a business in which I have invested 1 crore Indian rupees. Yeah, please listen to the question carefully. I have invested 1 crore. And at the end of the year, I find out that I made a profit of 5 lakh Indian rupees. I repeat, amount invested in the business 1 crore. And the profit which I get, after 1 year, right? Because all these statements are prepared at the end of the financial year. So financial year ends, and I calculated, with the help of income statement, everything, I found out I made a profit of 5 lakhs. Tell me one thing. Is it good or bad? Yes, Charvi, can you tell me, is it good or bad?
I think it's bad.
It's bad. Okay. Charvi, I'll come back to you once again to know the reason why you said it is bad. First, let me hear whether what people are saying, it is good or bad. Yes, Grant.
So I did good because you are making profit of 5 lakh.
Okay. I'm making a profit of 5 lakhs. Good. That was good.
Profit.
Yeah. Sparsh and Ananya. What about?
Sir,
Yeah.
it is better investing 1 crore
Hmm.
and after getting only 5 lakhs.
Hmm.
So,
So it's not good, right? Sparsh? Okay. Sparsh says not good. Ananya, please. What?
Sir, I don't think it's very good.
You don't think it's pretty good? Okay. So I think 3 of the people are saying it's not good, and Grant says it's good because at least we made a profit, right? Okay. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Charge. Charge and चालू नहीं करते. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So now let's come to the conclusion. Grant, I fully agree to your answer. That at least we made a profit. But as I said, now comes the real part. Once you have, these income statements in your hand, you can make an analysis of your own. You have to make your analysis of your own. Just preparing income statement is not done. We have to take one step further to find out whether it is good or bad. So, Grant, if it is the first year of your business, I will agree to your answer that at least we made a profit.
Yeah.
Yes, I will definitely agree. But what if my business is like 3 years old or 4 years old? Then definitely what the other 3 people said is absolutely right. Okay, Charvi, tell me, why did you say initially it is bad? Just give me one good reason.
Okay, well, I think that 1 crore is a lot of rupees, and firstly, only a 5% profit is nothing in today's economy. I mean, because of inflation and rising prices, even the 5% is neglected in your daily expenses. So, even if it is a profit, it's not a very big one. So, it's
Good
not
one.
very.
That was perfect, Charvi. I fully agree to your answer that in today's world, see, on a very simple note, if you keep the money in bank, right, today's time the bank approximately gives you 7% or 7.5%, depending upon which bank you keep your money. There are banks which offer 7% and there are banks which offer 7.5%. Matlab, if you invest 1 CR, you can easily get 7 lakhs or 7,50,000 without doing anything. Here, you have given your time, energy, everything to the business, and the business has earned only 5 lakhs. So, therefore, I can always say that it's not a good sign. Agreed? Now, this is the knowledge which we want to get from you, or this is what we are trying to find out. Okay, how much deep you can go into accounts. So, Grant, your answer was also right. If it is a new business, but I think the rest of the answers will definitely be on the same line. It's not a good. क्या बोलते हैं कि, profits, because if your business is like 3 years old, 4 years old. Now, what to do with this? Chalo, profit 5 lakhs आ गया. Now, what to do? I think we should take one step further and find out. Okay, where did we went wrong? This is where the real work of the owner starts. See, owner does business and it's on a daily basis. It's not possible to calculate profit on a daily basis. It's just not possible. So what we do is we calculate on a yearly basis. But please, initially we used to calculate on a yearly basis, but today the world is changing so fast. So everybody has made it a point to calculate profits on a monthly basis. See, the reason is very clear. So that we have enough time to find out areas where we can do better. See, when we do business, there might be problematic areas. This is possible to find out from your income statement which is a problematic area. Whether sales is a problem or whether expenses are a problem. By reducing your expenses, you are going to make additional profits or you increase your sales. So, what is the problem? Find out a problem and make it better. That's how things work. Is that okay? That's how things work. And plus, you can also find out which area is your strength. And we should know if this is our strength, we need to continually go over that area. So, your income statement will give you an idea about your strengths and weaknesses with regards to doing businesses. And last, what we prepare something what is called as a balance sheet. Okay, have you people heard the word about something what is called as net worth? By any chance? By any chance? Have you people heard the word net worth?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, nice. Rehansh, what do you mean by this net worth?
Net worth is basically something, one figure of a person earning like per year.
No, that's not net worth. Bacha, if you are talking about earnings, it is your income. It is not net worth.
Then what the person has like already has money and is earning like.
Okay. Charvi, what do you mean by this word net worth?
I think net worth is your income plus all the assets that you own.
Okay. Mostly not income. Yeah, all the assets what you own. See, assets matlab anything, yeah. Anything which you own, it's assets. And opposite of assets is liability. Anything which you owe, OWE, which you have to pay. And there is always a possibility that there might be some amount which is payable. Net worth basically is the value of the assets what you own minus your liability. In short, your financial position. What is your financial position? When you earn, but just please, I think economics mein sikhaya jata hai. I'll come to that point. Okay, whatever we earn, there are two things happening after that. One you spend and one you save. Now spend, okay. Important is what you save. Where are you saving? Where are you putting your savings? Because when you put your savings, that savings needs to grow. And that is your assets. See, if I want to buy a flat, right, in Mumbai, on an average, it will cost me around 2.5 crores or 3 crores, depending upon the area or whatever it is. Nobody can buy a flat in 1 year. It will take time. Till that time, you will accumulate funds, then make it up to that value, and then you buy a flat. But till then, agreed, it is your net worth. But you have to keep your money in such a manner that it is growing. And all these things help you to find our SOF. Well, all these things will be reflected in your SOF. So SOFP gives you a financial position. So 1 year you have earned something. Where did the money go? You might have purchased a new machinery. Okay, fine. From the money you have earned, you would have purchased a new machinery that will help you to grow in the future years. So balance sheet basically refers to something what is called as your financial position, and this financial position, how strong it is. Because on the basis of this balance sheet, we'll be able to understand how we are going to go about in the future years. That's one of the best things. So income statement, manufacturing account, income statement, and SOFP. These are the things what you are going to learn how to prepare them. I repeat, preparation is not tough, but most important is it has to be prepared in a uniform manner and in a systematic manner. So accounts, once you are able to understand the concept, the second part or the further step is how systematically you can write it up. How systematically you are going to prepare it. That's very important because as I told you, okay, all these things are subject to analysis. Analysis matlab we'll go deep into it to find out how things are working. How is my business going? And please remember, all my future actions will depend upon these income streams. And just imagine, if you have not followed the rules of accountancy, can I say your income statement might not give you a perfect answer or a correct amount of net profit? Common sense. If you do not get a correct amount of net profit, you will take a wrong decision. And there is a possibility that a profit making business will be shut down and a loss making business might be continued because your books were not prepared as per the accounting rules. So just imagine how bad it will look or how bad it will happen with you people if you do not prepare your accounts in the best possible manner. So I'll give you one simple thing is okay, you belong to science field or commerce field. See, finally at the end of the day, everybody wants to know okay, how much have I earned? And for that, knowledge of accounts is utmost necessary. Whatever business you people want to do, please you can do it. But finally trims down to one important thing, and that is okay, how much have I earned? And for that, you should have the knowledge of accounts. So once again, I repeat the same thing which I said initially that I don't want you to be accountants. I want you to check on the accountant people okay, whether he or she, whoever you appoint, have they written the books in a systematic manner by following all the rules of accounts? Yes or no? Because on the basis of that, you are going to take future course of action, and that should not be wrong. So these are the things which we are going to cover. And of course, there are other chapters also which help us to understand accounts in a much more detailed manner. Right? For example, there is a chapter called as analysis. Yeah, there is an entire chapter which will help you, as I said, to go deep into your income statement and statement of financial position and manufacturing account to help you to find out okay, whether no you can compare this year's results with the previous year's results and find out okay how well have we gone through. Was it a good year? Was it a bad year? See, increase in sales doesn't mean increase in profits if you have not controlled your expenses. And that is possible only if you have prepared the income statement and SOFP and you will easily get your answers. So in short, accounts gives us all these things, right? Okay. Any questions with regards to accounts? Then I'll move on to economics. Any questions about accounts? Yes, Charlie.
Okay, so you talked about assets and liabilities.
Right.
So I want to know, it's just an example. If you're earning well but so you want to buy a house or whatever, so you do not have enough money for it right now, so you take a loan from the bank. So when you buy it, is the house an asset or a liability?
The amount of house, the entire house. I'm just giving an example. Let's say you buy a house worth 3 crores, right? You have 2 crores and 1 crore you take as a loan, right? So the value of the house will be shown. First of all, I would say I'll just change the word house because I told you, Charvi, in the beginning that you are a different identity, your business is a different identity. Will a business buy a house? No, thank you. So let's take a factory, but instead of house, can we use the word factory? Okay, yeah. So let's say you buy a factory, of course, for business use. The factory cost is 3 crores. You already have 2 crores, right? So first of all, in the books of accounts, we will record 3 crores as an asset, and against that there will be a liability of 1 crore. Let's say you have taken a loan from bank, so there will be a liability of 1 crore which is bank loan, and 2 crores will be your capital. Capital means the amount invested by the owner in the business, right?
Yes.
So finally capital is also a liability because The amount is invested by the owner into the business. So business has received the money which they have to pay it back. So for business, it is a liability. So 2 crores is the owner's funds, 1 crore is the bank loan, which is a part and parcel of your liability, and 3 crores is your asset, which is your factory premises. So always the assets and liabilities will be equal. Understood, Charvi?
Yes.
Yeah, that is how it is reflected. And please, Charvi, once again, if you want to go for a house, then you have to prepare your individual accounts, and the same thing will happen. Same recording. You record in the same manner. So instead of factory, you will record residential premises, 3 crores.
So I actually meant like if instead of owning a business, you are just a laborer or an employee, whatever you call it, and you don't actually own a business, but you work in one. So your income basically. Based on your income, you have 2 crores available for a house.
Okay.
But the house that you want, the house, okay, not factory. I mean, you're not starting a business. So the 1 crore that you need for that, you take from the bank. So that's what I meant. If you have the house, but you have it on a loan. So is that a asset or liability?
So your house is your asset, but against that asset, there is a liability also. So as I said, 3 crores will be recorded as your asset and 1 crore will be recorded as a liability. Because you have to pay na bacha, that 1 crore ka loan you have to pay, and once you start paying, that liability will go on reducing, but the value of asset will remain as 3 crores in your asset side, right? Yeah. Okay, anybody else has a question? No. Okay, then let's go on to what are you going to learn in economics, right? Okay. Economics, now you might ask a simple question: why is economics being taught? Okay. Let's understand from your you people. Okay, Ananya, if I ask you a very simple question, if you want to do a business at this point of time, what type of business would you like to actually start? Ananya, I hope you can hear me. Yeah. If you want to start a business at this point of time, which type of business would you like to start?
I'm not pretty sure like the times that I can start. But probably something that would like fit my skills.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking you. So what do you think will fit your skills? Just bacha, it's a random question, so don't think that you have to answer multiple questions. Just a simple business. What do you like at this point of time?
Probably something centered around like designing art. Because I have an interest in that.
Sorry, which type of business did you say?
Something centered around art, maybe, or like a designing.
Okay, so it can be a communication design type, or you can say fashion designing or something of that sort.
Yeah.
Okay, just you said because you like art, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me one thing. Is this a good time to start a business? I'm not talking about the age part, Basa. Just I'm assuming that you are pretty much matured actually to start a business. But is it the right time to start a business?
No.
No.
Like,
Why?
I don't have the funds to start with.
Okay, if the funds are available, then will you start?
Even then, I'm not sure because I still need to have time to manage it,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to like try to have more of an idea of the business.
Okay, fine. Sure, I got it. Sparsh,
Yes, sir.
if you want to start a business, if you want to start a business, uh, is it a right time to start any business?
Any business, no, but if you do freelancing, it's yes.
Why freelancing?
Because you do not need funds to do it,
Hmm.
so you can do freelancing.
But if you do freelancing, the business also will be limited, na, bacha? You cannot get immense opportunities if you are doing freelancing, right?
Yes.
So
So no, sir.
no, okay. Yes, Priti.
Sir, I wouldn't start my business at this age currently, at least unless I've completely understood the economics and the market that is there for that particular industry. Example, I'm going for art, like designing or fashion designing. I wouldn't do anything unless I've actually understood the market of that and how the demand, supply, price elasticity, and all of that is.
Nice. Priti, a ninth standard definitely talks more about economics. Good, good. Nice, Priti. Yes, Ranj.
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't. So if I had to start a business of a product, so firstly I would see the demand of the product. So if the demand is high, I would start that business. But if the demand is low, I would not start that business and think of a new product.
And Ranj, how would you know that the demand is high or demand is
By
low?
understanding the market.
By understanding the market. Okay. I would give you a better word by doing a research, bacha.
Okay. Yeah.
Only by doing a research you will be able to understand the market, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Here comes the real part. I think what Vritti said, what Rayan said, and I think to a certain extent, Ananya and Sparsh also wanted to say the same thing. But of course, you would have not learned all these things, so it becomes difficult for you to speak. But I think everybody was more or less on the same page. Here comes the real thing. The timing is very important. Yeah, I understand. Because I think everybody has made one thing clear, okay, in future you people want to become entrepreneurs. Perfect. But at what time should we start? Please remember, there is something which is called an economy. Let's take a very simple example in recent terms, tomatoes. The prices of tomatoes have risen like anything. Previously, let's say they were available at 30 rupees a kg or a 40 rupees kg. And recently, what I heard is the prices have risen to 120, 140 per kg. And yesterday there was a report in something that is called as a financial app, money control, where now understand this. This is economics, okay? Where it said 68% of the people have reduced their consumption of tomatoes. I repeat, 68% of the people have reduced their consumption of tomatoes, and 14% of the people have stopped using tomatoes. You can imagine 64 plus 18, 82% the demand has dropped. For 14% is zero demand, 64% the demand has dropped. And I think I think my current students have highlighted one point. When I talk about tomatoes, they only say one thing. Sir, McDonald's have dropped tomatoes from their menu. Oh, nice. That was an insight because I don't go to MACD so often. In fact, it takes me at least 6 to 8 months to actually go and visit a MACD. But I think these people have told me, sir, MACD has dropped. Just imagine a multinational company like McDonald's also is getting affected because of a price. Definitely, you people cannot start anything with respect to tomatoes at present. If you are a food outlet or whatever it is, and if there is a consumption of tomatoes, you cannot. The time does not permit you. And if you are using it, common sense, your costing will be very high. And automatically, your selling price will be high, and that is going to affect your demand. Because I told you now, there is a research just came in which said 68% of the people have reduced the consumption of tomatoes. Now, when you are starting a business, Bacha, you should have an idea of all these things. That is, if the price starts rising, after a point of time, the consumption or the demand for that particular product will start dropping. Now, this is taught in economics. That when the price, this is called law of demand. When the price of a product starts rising, the demand for that particular product starts falling. It's economics, pure economics. And I hope you know, you would have already known about it, that economics is divided into two parts, micro and macro. Real economics is macro. Yeah, but to understand macro, you need to understand micro first. So first, whatever will be taught to you will be based on micro. Micro matlab basically we talk about individuals. So in a very simple manner, let just like what this money control people did, I also can do the same thing. I'll take some few people, of course, a good number of people, and then I will ask them, okay, bhai, how is your consumption? The price of particular product has increased. What is your answer? And people will give me a reply. I'll just note it down and come to a conclusion. Okay, how are the people behaving? Please remember one thing: nobody is wrong over here. If 68% here doesn't go with the rule of majority, my dear friends, the clear answer is 68% consumption is falling down. 14% they have stopped, matlab zero consumption, and the rest 18% have kept their consumption constant. Matlab, I can now find out that 68% are affected with the price. And if 68% of the people are affected with the price, the government will come out with a policy to help the 68%. That doesn't mean that 18% is wrong. The 18% where the consumption remain constant, they are not wrong. Possible, their income might have risen. That is also one of the possibility. That income has risen, and as a result, they are able to afford at 120 or 140 a kg. And 14% definitely they said zero consumption. Well, their income might have remained constant or their income might have fallen. I'm not saying this, Bacha. Economics is teaching us these things. Nobody is wrong. 68, 14, 18%, nobody is wrong. But what is the outcome? So, simple outcome, there will be a drop in the consumption of tomatoes for 68% and for 14%. And for 18%, it will remain constant. This is microeconomics, my dear friend, because I interviewed people. I tried to find out their reaction. And this figure, I will give it to the government, and government will look into it and take action, because they also understand the 64 plus 14, 82%, demand will definitely drop. 82% of the people are affected. Microeconomics makes the base for macroeconomics. So it's demand and supply, which is one of the most important part of microeconomics, which helps you to understand how the market will react. And it does not happen for all bachas, because economics goes one step further and finds out, okay, what about necessities? Medicine is a necessity. If the price rises, the consumption might still remain constant. So economics teaches us, okay, which goods come under the category of necessities, which goods comes under the category of luxury goods, and which goods comes under the normal consumption category. And you have to go according to that. So they help you to understand, right? So this is taught in economics. Then they goes one step further. See, just by having a fear, saying, yeah, if I increase the price, my demand will fall. So if you are a seller in the market, you will always be worried about, okay, if I increase the price, people will not buy. But do you think this has stopped the prices of any product? It hasn't stopped that prices of products have stopped rising. The cost, everything. Nothing has stopped. Over a period of time, you will find out that the prices of each and every product has risen. Here comes the most important part. There is one step further to law of demand, and which is called rise elasticity of demand, which helps you to evaluate. As a businessman, here I am talking as a businessman, which will help you to evaluate to find out, okay, let's say if I raise my price by 5%, agreed, demand will drop. But demand will drop by what percentage? Will it be 5%? Will it be less than 5%? Or will it be more than 5%? I repeat, if I increase the price by 5%, will the demand drop by exactly 5%, more than 5%, or less than 5%? If it is less than 5%, don't you think I will raise the price? Okay, ठीक है ना? Let's increase the price by 5% and demand will drop by, let's say, 2%. Still, I am at a benefit. Because my product is such, it is more of a necessity. And therefore, you can understand the prices of necessities over a period of time go on increasing. But their consumption more or less remains the same. And then there is something what is called as addictive goods, my dear friend, where the demand never drops. Whatever is the price goes up. For some period, the consumption is down, but after that, it's the same thing. These are addictive goods, can't help it out. Tobacco consumption, cigarettes, etc. These are addictive goods. So most important is, overall, economics teaches us what type of products you are going to sell. Most important, what type of products you are going to sell, and more important that how should you take care of your business, right? So that is basically what we call as microeconomics, and then comes the most important thing, macroeconomics. And today's world is basically under the pressure of something what is called as inflation. Inflation basically is the rise in the price. And inflation is a topic which is one of the most favorite topic and one of the most interesting topic in terms of macroeconomics. And the world is struggling to take inflation under control. After COVID, inflation has risen not only in India, but in all the other countries. And in fact, US and UK, see, normally their inflation rate is around 2 and 3%. But in these countries also, inflation touched a high or a peak of around 10%. What is inflation? The price rise. With the price of all the products, comparatively, there is a calculation. Yeah. So if overall the price rises, that's called inflation. And you might be surprised to understand that in our neighboring country, that is Pakistan, the inflation rate is around 30%. People are starving. People are dying because they don't have enough money to buy food because the prices are rising so fast. How to tackle inflation? Of course, you and I cannot do anything. It's the government and the central bank who have to take care of inflation. We can only learn one thing, how inflation happens and what are measures the government and the central bank actually takes, right, to tackle inflation. Because inflation is not a microeconomics. You and I cannot do anything. We can only react to it. That's all. We can only speak about it. But yes, the government takes measures. So India also inflation was high. But now, because of the efforts of the government, because of the efforts of central bank, the inflation is under control. So there are some interesting topic in economics where you understand the entire world economy. And finally, it will help you to establish your business. Because let's see, at this point of time, inflation is high. And let's say you also raise the price of your product, people are not going to buy your product. The reason is very clear. Because the necessities people are spending. Where will they have the money to spend on luxury? No ways. And that's the reason. Please, my dear friends, believe me, that's the reason. This time, just go and see every mall, everywhere. The discounts are huge discounts because they also know one simple thing, that inflation is high. If we don't give additional discount, people are not going to come to us. So all the big, I think you people might know much better than me. You might be doing more shopping. Yeah. So 40%, 50%, and I've seen somewhere like 60 and 70% of boards also. One of the reason of higher percent. See, normally July month mein sale hota hai, agree. But this time the percentage has increased. Some way or the other. Because they also understand if you want to do business, we have to offer them higher percentage of discount. Inflation. So we don't not only study inflation, we understand there are different states of economy. So for example, when I say inflation, deflation, There is something what is called as stagflation. All these things will be part and parcel of your macroeconomics. And of course, after that, how does the government or the central bank takes care of this particular inflation? So macroeconomics has multiple things. How the workers behave when there is inflation, how the world economy behaves when there is inflation. So that is one of the part which we actually cover in economics. And then we also cover something what is called as a foreign exchange rate. I hope everybody knows that at present $1 is approximately 83 US dollars. What will happen if $1 becomes 75 Indian rupees or $1 becomes 90 Indian rupees? What will happen? See, world is becoming one single market, right? And exchange rate will also play a very important role. Many of the things we actually import. So if the import price is higher, the dollar price is higher or lower, it is going to affect the overall cost. Again, we cannot do anything of that. The government takes care of all these things. How, why, where, when, all these things you basically learn in economics. So first part of economics is basically microeconomics, where we talk about demand, supply, price elasticity, how individuals behave in a particular manner, why they behave in a particular manner, all that stuff. And then the second half is economics, understanding the second half is macroeconomics. What do we learn in macroeconomics? Of course, starting with how macroeconomics basically deals with the world, how important it is to understand macroeconomics. And then we talk about inflation, deflation, stagflation, and the government policies which help to control inflation or to take care of deflation. And then once again, we talk about the foreign exchange rate. How good is the foreign exchange rate? How bad is the foreign exchange rate? Right? And the measures which are taken. Right? You might be knowing about foreign exchange because world economy. I think many of you people know. And plus, I think, for example, does anybody know what is the currency of Vietnam? Currency of Vietnam. I think many people actually go to Vietnam. It's a nice tourist spot, etc. So people are attracted towards Vietnam. But what exactly is the currency of Vietnam? Anybody?
Sir, I'm not sure, but like, is it down something? I think I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay. And yes, Pash?
Sir, Vietnamese dog.
Yeah, nice. Okay. And do you know the exchange rate?
Oh, sir.
Okay, fine. कभी एक बार चले जाना वियतनाम, अगर पॉसिबल है तो मॉम डैड को बोलना लेट्स टेक अ प्लान नेक्स्ट वेकेशन एट वियतनाम. एंड पॉसिबल है दैट यू माइट गो टू अ रेस्टोरेंट एंड हैव फूड, आपको बिल आएगा, बिल में लिखा होगा 6 lakhs. या रेस्टोरेंट का बिल आएगा 6 lakhs का, उधर खाओगे तो है, डोंट वरी, it's 6 lakhs over there. Indian rupees around 7,000, 8,000. I think everybody knows कि when we also go to a restaurant तो 4-5 हजार का बिल आता है, उधर शायद 7-8 हजार. 6 lakhs is approximately 6 lakhs. Currency over there is approximately 6,000-7,000 Indian rupees, approximately. Don't get frightened. Exchange rate. But why exchange rate? For example, this is like negative, opposite of what we have in terms of dollar. Dollar मतलब $1 is 83. तो अगर $10 का बिल आएगा तो कुछ नहीं होना है बच्चा, वी आर गोइंग टू पे 830 रुपीज. और इधर वियतनाम में जाएंगे तो पता चला 6 लाख वियतनाम करेंसी इज इक्वल टू अराउंड 6,000 Indian rupees. But yeah, it's an exchange rate and it is going to affect us because, as I said, if we are going for a tourism, we are going to spend money, and plus in Vietnam we have to spend in their currency. So you need to understand the world economy also. All these things is a part and parcel of क्या बोलते हैं, economics, right? I would say a very interesting subject. If possible, depending upon what you take in grade 11 and 12, don't try to drop economics. Just a small request, because what you're going to learn in, it gives you an overall idea, how to run your business. Why did Mercedes or BMW come to India? Why did McD, Burger King, all these companies have come to India? Please, they have understood economics of India in the much possible manner, best possible manner, and they found out that the purchasing power of people is going to increase, and they came to India. Mercedes was the first one to enter. Then came BMW, and then came Audi. Why did these luxury car makers come to in India? They understood the economic policy of the government. They understood the GDP. They understood the growth of India much earlier. They predicted that the growth will be at this level and people will have the purchasing power to buy our costly cars. And today they are successful in India. Or the latest thing, why did Apple come to India? They had a very good plant. They have a very big plant in China. But now there are certain problems between US and China. That also we can learn in economics. It's a trade war. Please understand, it's different from the war what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. US and China are undergoing trade war. And because of that, to a certain extent, and there are multiple other factors at the end of the which it was decided by the Apple, okay, let's move on to India. So not only they have put their factory in India, and you all know okay, they have opened 2 stores specifically for iPhones in India. One, of course, is very much near to us, that is BKC, and one is in Delhi. Economics will help you to understand all these economic factors. And the most important thing, I'll just end this topic with the start question I asked you: is it the right time to start a business? Once you learn economics, you will definitely find the right time to start your business so that a business grows comparatively smoother. Right? This is the reason why I say, economics is said to be one of the a very interesting subject. Now, it doesn't matter now for economics, at least I can say it doesn't matter whether you belong to whatever the board. The content will more or less remains the same. Only thing is, yes, the pattern of answering. Just like BS, economics also has the 2 4 6 8 wala system, and you have to answer keeping in terms the most important thing, that is economic terms. In every answer, there has to be an economic term. Only if you are able to write those economic terms, then only you will be able to progress. Otherwise, you will not be able to progress. I am talking about the answer papers. Okay, so that's the reason. Please, don't. If you have decided to go for commerce, you cannot drop accounts. You cannot drop economics. Start loving those subjects if you have decided to go for commerce. Right. So these are the contents what you have, what you are going to learn over a period of 2.5 years. And yes, I think you will still have time to decide, which stream you want to go for. And before that, if you have any doubts, I think you have my number. You can just post a question to me, just call up, and I'll be happy to answer. Right? Okay. At present, anybody has a question with regards to economics? Any other information do you people want for economics? No? Okay then.
Hello,
Yeah, Charlie.
this is Ranjana Charlie. Now I joined 5-10 minutes back.
Yeah. No issues.
I
Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Students, if you don't have any question, then I think I'll just like to say, thank you and a goodbye to you people, so that you can let your parents in and I can have a talk with them. Okay. So bye, students. And I think I've already told you, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, you can always post it to me and I'll be happy to answer. Right?
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye, Bacha. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. We'll just start. Give me 1 minute. On. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, parents.
Good evening.
Yeah. So I had a session with kids. Of course, you can always ask them, what exactly was the insights towards that at a later stage. And if you still want any insights, I'll be definitely happy to help. Okay. So coming back to the commerce stream, I think most of the students, what they said to me is like they are decided. Except I think Ananya, she was like, okay, I might take science, I might take commerce. I think rest of the students have mostly opted for, well, they have decided okay, they'll opt for commerce, right? Okay, so let's understand what exactly happens once your child takes commerce, right? So of course, till 10th, you have a choice of variety of subjects. But for example, our schools gives us a limited choice with regards to accounts and economics. So you have to take accounts, you have to take economics. And we are lucky, in fact, if MRB is offering accounts and economics, because there are many schools which actually do not offer accounts, right? But our schools offers accounts, economics, and business studies. Even though it's a commerce subject, but it is compulsory for both the streams. So whether you take science or whether you take commerce, it's compulsory, right? Now coming to grade 11 and grade 12, what exactly you people can do grade 11 or grade 12? The options are vast. You can go to the state board like the what you call as the HSC board. We can go for ICSE, ISCE, that also we can go. And of course, continuation of IGCSE level is ASN A levels. And of course, IB, DP or IB also can be one of the option which you can take, you can go for. The problem is, okay, IGCSE, the marks which actually are given by IGCSE are not so great compared to all the state boards. So you'll easily find a child from SSC board or from ICSE CBSE board scoring 95, 96, 97. It's very much common for them to score that. But IGCSE mein, of course, 93, 94 is tough. Matlab, the child has to basically give everything into it to score around 93, 94. So there, thoda sa, I would say, discrepancy actually creeps. I won't say it's on, matlab, it's like the practice thing, but many colleges have understood the importance of IGCSE. And even if in IGCSE may your percentage are slightly lower by 2 or 3%, I think we get a concession for around 2 and 3%, that they might prefer an IGCSE student compared to or CBSE or an ICSE or an SSC student. But please, it is not in writing. Please believe me, it's not in writing. But the colleges do prefer that because they understand that they actually have a higher IQ. So commerce may it's always better, okay, if you want to go for this. But I would say if everything is good, opt for ASN A levels. The reason is very clear: quality. I would just use one word: the quality of education is like much higher. So I don't know your क्या बोलते हैं educational background, but for example, if I am from a normal commerce, which of course at that time we did not have any of these boards. So when I completed my TY BCom, the chapters which were covered during my TY BCom, I would say these students learn at least 70% of what have been taught in TY BCom in grade 12 itself, and that too in detail. We were never taught so much in detail, but they have been taught much in detail and they cover at least 70%. And that is not covered in CBSE and ICSE to that extent. So 11th and 12th, you have all these options. But if everything is fine, as I said, because financially and everything, there are multiple things you have to look into. If everything goes great, go for ASNA levels. And believe me, the quality, the IQ, everything is improved. And then when you go for any professional exams for your undergrads, our children are slightly ahead of others. They might slog for 6 months, our students can do it in 2 months. I have my personal experience about my child. I'll share it about it later. But this is the reality. The quality of education matters. The way the papers are set and way the answers have to be written definitely, gives an immense knowledge about the subject, and they have an overall experience. Yeah, only one thing which they cannot do is they cannot ratify. Our children will never ratify. That's the biggest thing. So going into a state board, if you opt for a state board, please teach them how to ratify things. Because if you're going for an 11th and 12th, then मतलब HSC board or an ICSE board, ये दो में तो ratify करना ही पड़ेगा. So if you have decided that your child goes to these boards, please first teach them how to ratify. CBSE में, yeah, 50% is ratify, 50% they have an good, I can say, curriculum where at least everything is not ratified. But yes, 50 to 60% ratification is to be done. Otherwise, you will think that my child is not performing. Please understand. Your child is performing, but because the past 15 years of his education has been in such manner that nothing should be ratified. But now, yes, ratification is required. Can't help it. Don't blame your child. It's only a method change. So we have to take care of that. Right? So 11th and 12th. And after 12th, of course, there are multiple lines which are open depending upon how your child has developed over a period of 11th and 12th. So again, mainstream colleges in Mumbai, right? The best of the colleges which offer multiple courses, for example, BAF, Bachelor's in Accounting and Finance. Then we have Bachelor's in Banking and Insurance, that is called as a BBI. Then we have BFM, Bachelor's in Financial Markets, right? Then we have BMS, that is Bachelor in Management Studies. We have BMM, Bachelor in Mass Media, right? So, and then of course, there are a few colleges which offer certain courses. That is, let's say, there is a normal BCom and there is something which is called as a BCom Honors, right? For example, NM and Mitibai offers BCom Honors. BCom Honors are generally taken by students who want to do CA. So, the entire syllabus is framed in such a manner that around 50 to 60% of your portion of CA is covered in this part. So it becomes much more easier for them. So again, restrictive thing, but yes, they also offer these things. Okay, one more thing, BBA. BBA is very much equivalent to BMS. BBA is normally taken by private institutions, and BMS is normally offered by colleges which are affiliated to Mumbai University. So once you do BMS, then you do MMS. MMS is equivalent to MBA. So BBA people, MBA. BMS, MBS. It's one and the same. It's only bachelor's and master's. But if you're doing from Mumbai University, you will get a degree of MMS, which is equivalent to a normal MBA degree. Because MBA, normally people do, common sense, they are doing from a private college. Right? They are normally doing it from a private college, that you have to remember. So here comes multiple courses. And then we have private institutes. For example, we have NMIMS, we have SP Jain. All these also different, they offer a variety of courses. And of course, there are all over India, there are multiple other universities which offers you a great bunch of, I would say, selection of subjects with regards to majors and minors. Right? All over India, you have good universities, whether it is Ashoka, whether it is Christ. These are some best of the universities. Right? Pune mein Symbiosis hai. These are some of the very good universities. The only thing is you should be very careful about what you are selecting as subjects. There are majors and minors. So previously it was difficult. When you take finance, you have everything in finance. But today you can do finance as majors and you can do minors in economics. A very good combination. Absolutely superb combination when you do finance and economics. Or economics and statistics, econometrics. Again, today when you say data analyzing and all, please, it's a part and parcel of econometrics. Previously we called it as econometrics. Now it has been, everybody gives a fancy name to all these things. But at the end of the day, everything is belonging to econometrics. That's how things work. Right? So 11th, 12th, you do, of course, as I would always ask you people to do AS and A levels if everything is fine. After 12th, yeah, that I think the homework should be done as soon as your child gets into 12th. Or let's say 12th June you start, July, August, you should start preparing yourself, because there are many universities which start their admission process in the month of September, October. I'm talking of after 12th undergrad programs. Acha, 11th and 12th admissions, as I said, if you're going for an AS and A levels, one of the best schools what your Mumbai has is Aditya Birla World Academy. Of course, Dhirubhai is there. Then we have Aditya Birla. Then we have Utpal Sangvi. Then we have our college, and we have one college in Malad and one college in Kandivali. Right? These are the few colleges. Few you want to say schools. That's fine, but they offer good education. MRV is good for media subjects, right? This year, I was surprised. Like many science students have taken up mass media in our college as ASNA levels. That was a bit surprising. So they did not take pure sciences, right? But they opted for ASNA levels, and they chose mass media as one of the subjects. So that was a bit surprising, but yeah, that's a reality. Okay. Uh, of course, Dhirubhai, highest, one of the best schools for IGCSE, but of course, the fees are comparatively higher. Aditya Birla is around 15 lakhs, right, for 2 years. Yeah. Utpal Sangvi, my son was in Utpal Sangvi. I'm very happy with the school. Around 7.5. Let's see after 1 year what happens exactly. And our school is around 6.5. Okay. So these are the possibilities which you can always look into if you are like staying here. So everybody, Aditya Birla is like Tardev, right? Dhirubhai, everybody knows BKC. Utpal Sangvi is Vile Parla again, near Chroma, opposite Chroma, Vile Parla Jew, and our school to everybody knows. So, and Kandivali, Borivali, if you are like from that side, you can always opt for those schools. But these are some of the good schools for ASNA levels. Of course, there are multiple opinions about our school whether to continue or not. I think you can have an informed opinion with the parents who are already there. But I actually switched my child because of the simple reason. One simple reason is okay, comfort level. I just wanted him out of the comfort level. I want him out of that pampering part, because everybody knows, and the staff is also good and caring and all that stuff. So I just wanted to bring him out of all these things. So I said, no, bhai, you're not continuing here. You have to go to Pulsar. And luckily, after 2 years, he just completed his 12th. I was happy about it. Okay, that was a good decision taken to move him out of MRV and asking him to go to a new place, right? Yeah. So 11, 12, this will be your options. After 12th, as I said, there are multiple fields open. So the first thing, very important, is what is the interest of your child? Anana, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. So what is the interest of your child? Because, for example, there is financial markets, which teaches about the financial markets. Please, financial market does not mean stock market. Financial market is a big term in which stock market is a very small thing. Yeah, you learn about stock market, but you learn about many other things. You talk about the financial markets basically when you have 3 years of financial markets, you learn multiple things with regards to financial markets. That is how the finances can be raised. What will be your cost of capital when you raise finance? What are the options available? How can you raise money from India? How can you raise money from abroad? Right? And most important is how you calculate your returns. That is financial markets. Right? Then we have banking and insurance. What happens in banking and insurance? And of course, there are related courses. For example, there is a course called as an actuary, where you have to give 14 good exams. But please, actuary is for students who are, please, I'll just say one word. You know how your child is. So accordingly, take a call. Actually, is there exams where you have to clear 14 exams, right? But go for that exam if your child is, slightly above the normal level. Matlab, child has to drag a lot. If his or her IQ is definitely above, the things, then only tell him to do actually, because it requires a lot of patience. 14 exams you have to clear, and it takes time. And you should be financially independent to support that child, because it will require a lot of investment. Once cleared, of course, the returns are excellent, but it's difficult also. So if your child is like, yeah, he or she can do exceptionally well, then please, actually is a good option to be continued along with a BBI course, right? So BBI is talking everything about banking and insurance things. Then we have BAF, accounting and finance, right? Accounting and finance, of course, covers a bit of financial markets, but more important about how to analyze business accounts, yeah, how to do auditing if you're a part and parcel. Of course, auditing malab doesn't mean chartered accountants. It talks about, okay, you can be your internal auditor. So what are the things you need to look after it? And same thing from a business point of view. If business has to raise money, where will they raise from? What are the options available? Cost of capital, capital employed, return on capital employed. Everything is basically covered in your BAF part. That is Bachelor in Accounting and Finance, right? Okay, I'll just answer the question. Yes, please. The question was, Ananya?
Sir, first, sir, let me tell you that I'm a commerce graduate and I loved your explanation of all the subjects to the children. So, thank you so much for that. So clear.
Thank you.
Loved it. Second, sir, I wanted to know 9th and 10th ke liye, how deep would they go into accounts? Elaborate, economics, elaborate.
Since you are a commerce background, I would say, okay, what you covered till TY BCom, of that, I think 50% of this will be already covered in grade 9 and 10.
Okay, so it's like
So
those partnership wale.
yeah, partnership only partnership may they teach only how to prepare financial statements about partnership. Then there is ratio analysis also at the end. So of course the basic ratios, but that is also covered over there. So not only writing books of accounts, they cover your BRS part, they cover your cash book, they cover all the different books, and then we prepare manufacturing account, income statement, SOFPs, partnership also, along with your appropriation account, and finally we do ratio analysis.
Okay,
So this is covered, and believe me, this is covered till 10th, and in 11th and 12th, including the additional chapters. Important is all these chapters are repeated but in depth. So they cover the maximum what we have covered, like of course, let's say a decade and a half ago, whatever we would have covered, but that they are covering till grade 12. Maximum is covered, right? Yeah. Okay. So all these things I told you about BAF, BFM, BBI. Then we talked about BMS, yeah, Bachelor in Management Studies. Again, and one small request: whatever course you take, please take it from a reputed college. It's very important at this point of time that you ask your child to struggle for grade 12 exam. It's very important. See, if grade 10 में you have already decided for क्या बोलते हैं कि AS and A levels, then whatever marks come for grade 10 is not so important. And times have changed. Now grade 10 से ज़्यादा important is grade 12, because the real specialization happens after grade 12. Your branches actually start. The real branches from commerce actually starts from grade 12. So it's very important that the child scores, on a very high note with grade 12. Things will become much more simpler. Grade 10, of course, child has to do that things. But grade 12, mein, I would say as a parent, you can be after their lives. You have to be after their lives. Whether you like it or not, you have to be after their lives to see that they are consistently scoring and they are scoring high. Because then only it is possible to compete with the ICSE, CBSE, and the HSE students. Right? Important is, for example, you want to take BAF. There might be around 70 colleges in Mumbai offering you BAF, but only 4 or 5 are good. The rest, mein, it's okay. And I think everybody knows now there is a new concept. There is a college and there is an autonomous college. Please go for autonomous colleges. I'll tell you the reason. I basically am a professor at Jain for the past 9 years. I'm also a professor with Whistling Woods International for the past 10 years. So this is all my teaching background. Yeah. For example, when I was in Jain, simple fact is we used to get the syllabus and we have to teach that. But the syllabus was updated only after four. Earlier was 4 years, or the later by 5 years. I taught a subject called Indian economy, right? And let's say I was teaching that subject in around 2015, 2015-16. I remember a batch where I was teaching 2015-16. In the textbook, the earliest data was 2011. I was teaching in the year 2015-16. And if there was any data in that Indian Economica textbook belonged to 11 max. For example, if I have to teach them unemployment, the data available was for 2011, the latest data. If I were to talk about commercial banks, 2011. 2011 mein, how many commercial banks were there in India? What was their lending? The things have changed drastically in these 5 years. No, but we had to teach that because it was a prescribed textbook, and we have to teach that only because all the questions will come from there only. Our creativity was restricted. We cannot teach beyond that. Once we became autonomous, the first subject which was out of our syllabus was Indian economy. The reason was very clear: outdated things. So autonomous college, what happens is you get a degree from University of Mumbai itself, right? But the most important thing, the course, the content is decided by the college. The course, the content, everything is decided by the college. So, for example, I am as a subject expert for BAF, right? So I have to decide, okay, which are the chapters which are relevant for this particular subject. I take cost accounting over there. So, cost accounting, mein, what are the subjects which are relevant? What are relevant to current scenario of India? Or with respect to other professional courses. Is this going to help the child? Keep it. If it is not going to help the child, if it is outdated, kick it off now. It's a simple thing, and we are allowed to do that. So every semester we meet and we decide upon whether these chapters are required or this subject is required or not. If subject is good but the chapters are not worth it, okay, remove the chapter, bring in something next. One more simple example: cost accounting was a subject which was allowed in SEM 5 and SEM 6. That is in the third year. We have brought it to SEM 2 and SEM 3. Because it's important now to understand, because there is much more in cost accounting which students should know, and that is there in SEM 5 and 6. Thanks to autonomous. So good autonomous college, please select some good autonomous college for, if it is possible, for 11th and 12th. If you are going into the mainstream, fine. Go for good autonomous college, or otherwise from 13, if you want to go into the mainstream, please select good autonomous college. Whatever courses you want to take, you can take it over there, but that will be again a bit of quality. So for example, NM, Metibai, Jahin, right? Podar, that Podar I'm talking of, Matunga, right? Somaya. These are all good universities, good autonomous colleges. In fact, they are now to be. Somaya is going to become a deemed university itself. But again, things are good over there. HR and KC are good, no doubt, but they are now been affiliated to Hyderabad University. So give it a thought before joining HR and KC. Always good colleges, no doubt about that. But Jain still belongs to Mumbai University. HR and KC have trying to become a deemed university. At present, they are affiliated to Hyderabad University. Right? So whatever courses you want to take it up, and still, I would say there is still time of around 4 years. Possibly there are other things might come in, and we can take a decision at that point of time. But these are the basic courses. And then, of course, if you want to go for some private universities, there is a big big bunch of private universities which have come up all over India. And of course, people want to go abroad also. So after 12th, if you want to travel abroad, study abroad, not an issue, right? What I've seen over the past years, previously getting admission abroad was difficult. Now it has become easier. Two reasons. Yeah, of course, our children have become more compatible to them. Well, our studies have overall, improvised. So now we easily get over there. And second, sorry, small political thing. You just saw when Modi ji was in US and presently in France, the way he was welcomed. Indian students are also welcome. Believe me, admissions have become much more simple. But over and above that, it's important that what scholarship you are getting over there. Now the fight is for scholarship. Admissions have become easier. Believe me, in foreign universities, difficulties the top colleges में अभी भी थोड़ा difficult है. But the rest of the colleges में I think the admissions have become easier. The only thing where we need to fight it out, we need to negotiate is scholarship. Recently, my son, who was in Utpal Sangvi, came out. There was a graduation ceremony. There were like many students who have got a scholarship of $40,000, $50,000, and $60,000. Mostly from science field, but yeah, they got $40,000 to $60,000. There was one student who got a scholarship of $92,000, and there was one student who got a scholarship of $1 lakh. So now the game is admissions मिल जाएगा. मतलब, yeah, of course, the child has to be that smart, but it's not so difficult, which was like past 5 years back. Now it is comparatively simple because we are Indian. Believe me, you can understand. Yeah, it's an impact, political impact. Yeah, and we have the good purchasing power, or you can say we have a good spending capacity. Our growth is better. Everything is good in India at present. So they want Indians. As students, they want Indians because they know they are going to spend money. So here comes a point that admission is comparatively simple, but look for scholarships. Try and negotiate, and there is everything is happening, and maximum scholarship if you can get is the best thing what you do for undergrad programs. So 12th May, good marks, everything, clear their entrance exams, and if you clear that entrance exam, many colleges have entrance exams, and if it is done in a perfect manner, you are bound to get scholarship. That's the reason I say 12th May, you need to drag your child. You need to basically slog your child. See, you have to study, matlab you have to study. Make them study under whatever circumstances you want. You know your child better. Make them study. So these are all foreign universities. India, of course, there are multiple universities which offer, as I previously told you, majors and minors, which was not there, but in the past 3-4 years, multiple universities are offering these options of majors and minors. So you have a good choice, right? So you can major in one subject and can do minor in one subject. That combination can be an excellent combination. So previously, for example, let's say people were doing only finance. Agree. Now also finance law. Person can do something good in company law, corporate law, something of that sort. So what happens is it becomes a good package for the person who hires them. And even if you're not interested in getting him or her hired, fine. At least he or she has the knowledge of what exactly is happening in the outer world. They can offer multiple services at one point of time. So it becomes a good package. So if you're going for any universities in India, yeah, look out for universities. Of course, all are the prices, of course, vary from university to university, and anywhere on an average, I can say many universities start around. I'm talking of a 3-year course. Now, some universities offer at 10 lakhs, and there are certain universities who charge 50 lakhs also. That depends upon what type of universities and what additional they are providing. Because certain universities have food, rent, everything included, and some universities don't, right? So that depends upon university to university. But yes, Delhi, Chandigarh, okay, there are good universities. Mumbai mein NMIMS, as I think everybody knows about it. So they also have a good track. And recently, BBA, they have BSc Finance, which is one of the most sought after course. And there is BSc in Economics also. And NMS also offers BCom honors, just like I told you, yeah. But it will be a 4 year course. BCom honors is a 4 year course after 12th, right? But BCom honors in NM and Mitiba is a 3 years course, but very much correlated to your CA, right? Uh, so these, once you decide on all these colleges and all that stuff, then the second thing which always plays a very important role is what to do simultaneously. Simultaneously, yeah. So best things, what we always had in mind: CA, CS, ICWA, of course, past. ICWA at present does not have much recognition. People are not doing it. So CA, CS still remains. The child can do it simultaneously along with your undergrad programs. But there are other courses which have come up. The first one is ACCA, right? Ranch, 1 second, I'll answer. There's one course, as I said, ACCA, right? Then we have CFA. These are the two courses which have been taken up by the maximum children over here. Well, at least in Mumbai, maximum people either go for ACCA or CFA. Of course, CA remains the top option for the kids, but ACCA, like slightly tuning down your CA is ACCA, right? And CFA, of course. CFA is slightly costly because their entrance exam itself is around 80 90,000 rupees. The first level is there. So overall, it's a costly affair because if the child is not able to clear, then you can imagine that 1 lakh is lost. Every 6 months, you can attempt a paper, but of course, it is possible to give CFA only once you are in 14th. That is 12th plus second year. Then at that time, you give. Previously, people clearing level 1 also used to get good job opportunities. Slowly and steadily, then the industry started demanding level 2. At present, the demand is for those people who have completed 3 levels. That's the maximum levels of CFA. So, level 1, level 2, the demand is not so much from the industry. Currently, I'm talking about, but it is for all the 3 levels of completion. Again, please remember all these professional courses are very much different from your normal courses. Normal colleges may, you can always say your child is not allowed to fail. Agree. But these professional courses may, the parent should back their child enough. These are professional courses, possible, you're not able to clear. It's okay. I request parents, please don't take it otherwise, but take it in such a manner that you need to motivate the child. Don't be harsh on the child until unless the child has done something blunder, not studied on time, not have taken enough efforts. For that, it's okay. But if you might have seen your child putting in 15 hours of work, 14 hours of work, but still, if the child is not able to clear, it's okay. It's a professional thing. Because when you're moving on from the normal world to a professional world, yeah, it takes time. It takes time. Some are easy to adapt, some find it difficult. Please don't blame your child at that point of time. In fact, support your child in a much, much, much better manner so that they can come up with better results for the future. Don't judge your child's competence with regards to professional exam. Professional exams where luck plays a very important role also. My example. Please don't laugh at it. CA, there was a passing of 150. CA had a rule. Every paper, like you have to score 50% or 40% or more, but your aggregate should be 50%. So 3 papers, 300 marks. 149. I scored 149. Yeah, they failed me. Simple. Because your total has to be 148. Sorry, 150. I scored 149. They failed. No grace marks, nothing. Professional exams. Okay. Finals में again the same thing. 200, four papers, you have to score 200. I scored 198. Simple. They said, CA, come again. I had to go back. Luck. 1 mark, 2 marks, luck. Did not favor me. It's okay. So whether it is ACCA, whether it is CFA, whether it is CACS, please support your child. It's okay. You need to motivate them. That's the best part, I would say. Always motivate them. Normal colleges mein, be very strict. They cannot fail. How can you fail here? You have done IGCSE. Come on. You have that IQ level. Come on. Don't allow them to fail. Well, don't be lenient if they fail into a 13th or 14th or 15th. No way. No KTs, nothing. They have to pass. They have to struggle that much. But you need to support them. So you need to ask, depending upon the capacity of your child, depending upon the knowledge they have, you can always offer these courses simultaneously for the degree. And there is a law thing also which is being done, but I think very few people have actually started with this law thing. They can take it later. That is after the graduation, they can basically take the law degree. I think then the courses, there are 2 courses which are for 2 years, and there is cyber science and all these things which actually go up to 4 years post graduation. So if you're not doing anything post graduation, if you want to go for law, then 2 years or 4 years, 4 years you have to study to get that law degree, right? CA, CS, I think you people have the knowledge about it. So internships and all that stuff will happen simultaneously, and which is good because practically they need to see what exactly happens in the outer world, right? Uh, these are some of the options which are actually available for you people to decide upon, where to send your child and all that stuff, right? So that was all from my side. So let's hear out. I think Rayansh already had raised the hand, so let's ask, and then of course, anybody else has a question, we'll definitely answer that same. Yes. Rayansh? Okay.
I mistakenly raised my hand. I had no doubt.
Okay, fine. Yes. Okay. Anybody else has any doubts, please? No doubts?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Please.
So, sir, I am deciding to be an investment banker in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So what field should I go in?
If you want to go for a normal college, then BAF or BFM.
Okay, so
Okay. Investment. Wait, listen. Don't go for, since you are talking about investment banker. I think BAF and BFM will be a good option rather than BBI. If you are going for a normal college, matlab, when you say NM, Mitibai or something, matlab, the normal Mumbai University. And if you want to go for a private university, then a BBA or a BSc in finance can be good for you to take up investment banking.
Okay, sir.
But wait.
What degrees would I need?
Degree तो graduation तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना बच्चा.
Okay.
But first you have to complete. So that's what I'm saying. 11th, 12th, whatever you want to do. You want to go for a normal क्या बोलते हैं SSC का HSC you want to go, or ASN A levels or ISC, that's fine. After 12th, that graduation degree is what I'm saying. So after 12th, you have to take either BAF or BFM or a BBA or this part, BSc in finance. These 4 will actually help you in that terms.
Okay.
Right? So that is the best thing. BMS won't help you so much. So it is better you go for this. Right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Ritik.
Hi, sir. Pritesh here.
Hi, Pritesh.
Sir, Just little bit understand समझ आता if after 10 my daughter is selecting E or AS level.
Okay.
And what is the difference between normal on 12th के बाद अगर she has completed 2 years in AS and AS level, so after 12th she has to continue with the BCom or she has to go with the specialized career or subject.
Okay. So after 12th, now as I said, after 12th, the field is vast open. So 11th, 12th, you have restricted your child to AS and A levels. Now after 12th, you have to decide where the child wants to actually go. So when I say BAF, Pritesh bhai, when I say BAF, BAF is Bachelor's in Accounting and Finance. That is one of the options. So BAF, BFM, so any bachelor's degree you have to take. Now that depends upon the interest of the child, where they want to go. So there are options, as I told you. Either you go for the normal Mumbai University colleges, then Mumbai University, there are autonomous colleges which we talked about, NM, Mitibai, Jain, they are all autonomous colleges. So you can go for that, right? Or the normal colleges. And then we have all private colleges, private universities. So NMIMS is a private university which you can go after 12th. But for that, every college is whether in Mumbai or out of India, whatever, Mumbai or out of India, out of Mumbai also, maximum colleges have their own entrance exams, right? For example, if you want to get into NMIMS, they have their NPAT exams, right? Acha, if you want to get into Jain, right? Jain mein, you have to give their entrance exam, and then whatever you score in grade 12 and whatever you score in Jain, 50% is taken, and accordingly the list comes out. So possibly you might score 90% in your grade 12, whatever board you have chosen. But when you score only 80 in a Jain entrance exam, your average comes down to 85. Right? So that is the logic behind it. So Xavier's also have their own entrance, NMIMS has their own entrance, Jain has their own entrance. Acha, NM and Mitibai this year, they joined common undergrad entrance test. The results just came in yesterday. If you look at the newspapers, आज का newspaper में मिलेगा, that is called CUET. So that is conducted all over India. Common undergrad entrance test.
Sir, can you repeat again, because you were frozen for a while, so we couldn't understand what you said of NM.
NM Mitibai for graduation, they have taken up the common undergrad entrance test, CUET. Right? Yesterday only the results came out. So today, if you take up any newspaper, you will find out that there will be results of CUET. Okay. So what they do is, depending upon the entrance exams ka marks and depending upon what you score, 50-50 will be taken and a list will come up for NM.
Questions are, for example, if your kids and as a parents we are not sure whether the kids will select they are capable for AS level or A level. So is there any aptitude test or is there any entrance exam is there?
No, entrance exam is not there. For AS and A level, no.
Aptitude test.
Aptitude test we can take, but I'll tell you very frankly, aptitude test is to judge, what is the interest. What is the interest of the child, where the child wants to actually go. So which subject should be selected or not selected. I'll tell you very frankly, at present, what is done in grade 10, right? In very much detail, it is done in grade 11 and 12. So whatever efforts your child puts in 9, 10, 10, that will be equivalent to 50% of what they have to put in 12. They have to double their efforts in 11th and 12th. And if you think your child will be able to manage that thing, then only send to AS and A levels.
So actually, that's what just we want to do for an aptitude test because it's too early to take any decision.
Right. So aptitude test will help you to understand the liking of the subjects. So that, because in AS and A levels, you can maximum take is 5 subjects. So automatically, then you have to choose the subject. So aptitude test will help you, okay, which subjects. For example, you might feel that economics is necessary, but that will be one of the subjects which is not liked by your child at all. At present, the child is doing, but it is not liked by him or her at all. Then what's the point in taking economics? Because again, as I said, the efforts needs to be double and the child already doesn't like it. Then what's the point? Then it's better you take another subject. Let's say you do PS. So because when you say, I think you cannot leave English and maths. No point in leaving. Never leave maths, because there are many courses when you go for undergrad. There are many courses where maths is compulsory. So English and maths you cannot leave. So automatically now you have choice of 3 subjects. Then take accordingly. And there can be one subject like she might be very much interested in, let's say, psychology, right? And the college is offering you psychology. So one can be its favorite subject.
Okay.
That's how you we have to take care of the 5 subjects what we are taking,
Got it, sir.
right? So then again, which school you are selecting, there are multiple choices, and accordingly you can make a choice. So automatically what happens is કે આપણે કહે ને કે ન ગમતું સબ્જેક્ટ વયું ગયું અને ગમતું સબ્જેક્ટ આવી જાય તો automatically it's overall benefit for us as well as the child, so it becomes much more better for them.
Sir, AS level અને આમાં for example if I want to થોડો R&D કરું તો ઓનલાઈન માં બધું સબ્જેક્ટ્સ ક્યાં અવેલેબલ છે દરેક સ્કૂલની વેબસાઈટ પર અવેલેબલ છે?
AS and A levels,
Yes.
yes, subjects offered will be available. Content wise, if you want, I will give you the content.
Fine, sir.
For maximum of the subjects, I will give you the content. For AS and A levels, I will give you the content.
For that, is it advisable to sit with my daughter and search everything to discuss with her, or should we go ahead with by myself?
10th ના વેકેશનમાં બેસજો તો બરાબર રહેશે. Because what happens is, I am telling you, Pritesh, because once we complete 9th, approximately I think we'll be able to complete around 75 to 80% portion. Right? What we have to attempt in grade 10 ka final mein, approximately 75 to 80% of the portion will be completed. Right? So at that point of time, now your child is in a much better position to talk to you rather than now. So she has the best of the knowledge, and she will definitely tell you, okay, this is a subject I like, this is a subject I don't like. And that she will say only after studying 75 to 80%. I think we should wait till grade 10 no end. And I may see admissions will start in the month earliest, they start in October. Not this October. For you, it will be next October. Yeah. Only ABBA starts a bit early. They start around June. But I think June. ABBA starts around June. So for that, only if you are going for ABBA, then of course, see, our exams will be over in April. So you can sit in April and then find out. Don't wait for the results, but at least at that point of time, within 2 or 3 days, I think you can search all the sites, or you can keep your stuff ready for AS and A levels, and then you can have a good talk with him 2 to 3 days. So at least in June, you are prepared. Okay, whether you want to go for AS and A levels, and if you are going, what are the subjects you want?
So we have 1 year in hand.
Yeah, approximately. Till then, you can just go through the subjects offered by all the colleges. Because, for example, our school offers psychology and sociology, but subject to only if there are 5 or more students. MRV. So possibly they are offering the subjects, but at the end, if let's say only 3 people take psychology or sociology, then they will not continue because they talk about it in advance only. Then they have to take another subject. I hope you get my point. So subjects offered will be there, but whether the subjects are active or not, that we have to see then we have to ask the coordinators of the school by which subjects are presently available. Well, what are they offering and which are the subjects they actually take. So you have to keep that in mind. So don't look at only subjects offered. Of course, we can make a list, but then actually whether they are being taught in the school or not, that also we have to find out.
Okay, sir. Clear.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Sir,
Yeah.
Yes, sir, me.
Yeah, Raj.
So, like in 11, 12, you said we have 5 subject ka choice, and we have to keep maths and English compulsory. Okay? So, if I take economics and accounts as my other 2 subjects, can I also take ICT or should I take DS?
Then you have multiple subjects to choose, Rayanj. Multiple subjects. That depends upon the college, which college you are in, and whatever subjects they offer. The 5th subject you decide. And in
But
fact,
that's why it's the problem. I want to take ICT, but DS is also important the same time?
I feel, see, the best part is what happens is that if you are able to take business studies, take it at the ASNA levels, and whatever you want to do with ICT, you can do during your undergrad programs. It will be better.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Yes. Right. Aja, just one more thing. I'll just tell you about my son. Basically, since we were very much like everything was on the head, like okay, NMS is the best choice. He had taken only 4 subjects. The reason is very much clear. I thought the fifth subject might be difficult for him to study, and that will also affect the working of the 4 subjects, right? So finally, he had taken BS, but I asked him to drop BS. So he had done only 4 subjects, and I think we have the benefit that he got admission to NMIMS. But of course, if you are going for any other colleges, please remember you have to go for 5 subjects. Don't opt for 4 subjects. It's better, India mein it is 5 subjects because you would have won a best of 5 and all that stuff. So your NMIMS and all mein 4 subjects is okay, but otherwise you have to take 5 subjects.
Okay, sir. And if I do ASNA, it's compulsory to take 5 subjects, right?
Not compulsory, bacha. Compulsory to take minimum 4, but 5 is always better.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I said, depending upon the colleges which you have, let's say at one point of time you decided for BAF to go for Jain College, then it is better you have 5 subjects rather than 4 subjects.
Okay.
Jain might have an objection if you have 4 subjects.
Okay.
Might have an objection. Right. Yes. Anybody else?
That's it.
Okay. I think then no questions are. So just thank you. Right. Thank you for attending this orientation. And one more most important thing, if you have any doubts, you have my number. Please don't forget that you can always message me, you can call me. If I don't pick up the call, I'll be back with you, no doubt about it. But yes, please let me know about it. Right? Yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye.